Volume 2, 4th edition of the LWC News Magazine, covering your community and campus news at 12:30 and 7, Mondays on Dual County Channel 2. I'm Emily Ramage.
And I'm Ford Smith. Thanks for joining us for the March edition. We turn now to our monthly headlines. We start with our 4 and 4. Now we bring you 4 headline events, all in 4 minutes.
These events are happening on campus and in your community, all in the month of March. Our first event kicks off on Monday, March 4th. It's Health and Wellness Week at the Doris and Bob Holloway Center before spring break. The event takes place from the 4th to the 8th with many events planned. For more information or to get involved, contact info@lindsey.edu.
In the month of March, Lindsey Writes continues for students, faculty, and staff Lindsey Wilson College. It's a 5-year quality enhancement program that will impact the AP White Columbia campus. There are many events that you want to attend. Now, just go to www.lindsey.edu for more information. The goal of Lindsey Writes is to help students write confidently for communication, community, and career. This is an exciting initiative for the campus. So get writing, Lindsey.
On March 19th at 6:30 p.m., Intramurals and the Student Activity Board are sponsoring a cornhole tournament. Registration begins at 5:30 p.m. in the Doris, Bob, and Health and Wellness Center. Pre-register through IM Leagues by going to www.lindsey.edu/intramurals.
On Monday, March 25th and Tuesday, March 26th, Intramural is hosting an indoor flag football tournament. The tourney starts on Monday at 6:30 p.m. Registration begins at 5:30 p.m. The event is at the Doris and Bob Holloway Health and Wellness Center. Pre-register through IM Leagues by going to www.edu/intramurals.
Those are the main events of the month, all in the first 4 minutes, and that concludes our 4 and 4.
Many events have been going on in the community since our last newscast. We come back. We'll have a health story for you will not want to miss. Plus, we have LWC teaching sustainability on campus. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Though society thrives on originality, when it comes to writing, schools are still finding students copying and pasting their way through assignments.
Plagiarism is taking someone else's words or ideas deliberately taking someone else's words or ideas and passing them off as your own.
Plagiarism is a problem that has existed predominantly on college campuses and universities for years. Lindsey Wilson College remains unimmune to the act, and the administration speaks out.
At Lindsey Wilson and most colleges, plagiarism has become more of an issue just because of the ease of getting information.
From worksheets to quizzes and even research papers, faculty members have found students using answers from the web rather than their own ideas.
They'll incorporate the information and then without really understanding what the source says, and that can be called patch writing.
Betty Starr, Vice President for Academic Affairs, speaks out about plagiarism and the consequences that come along with it.
If it's a first offense, then the faculty member can choose to give the student a 0 on the assignment, or they can choose to give them an F in the course. If the student agrees that they have indeed not cited properly or used someone else's words and claim them as their own.
The college offers a number of resources that are intended to help prevent students from plagiarism, accidental or not. The Writing Center provides students with feedback and writing help at all stages of assignment development. Jared Odd, coordinator for the LWC Writing Center, encourages students to seek help.
The students are welcome anytime, faculty, everyone is welcome anytime to come in and look at their writing, and we'll if we notice some patch writing in there, then we'll say, hey, I think this might be patch writing here. Let's talk about ways to move toward effective paraphrase and summary.
Other resources like EBSCOhost and citation websites are available to LWC students. One source that has become increasingly popular among college campuses is Turnitin.com. Turnitin.com allows professors and students to upload papers and make sure that sources are cited properly. Ultimately, the goal is to have students understand their sources and how to use them effectively.
What we really need to be focusing on is how to go through the process of writing a paper legitimately, writing a paper with academic integrity, how to use sources in their paper.
Thanks for staying with us, and welcome back to the Campus and Community segment of the LWC News Magazine.
We start with the Living Green LWC News Magazine. This segment will air each month regarding the ETCA Energy Technology Career Academy. We'll bring you top energy news and green tips that can save you money and help us live green.
In this month's top energy story, our news magazine set out to see what the ETCA was doing on campus as far as sustainability.
Use the new white bar.
Lindsey College spends between $70,000 and $100,000 on liquid soap each year. This was until Mr. Keaton taught Lindsey College the true meaning of efficiency.
By taking the glycerin from the biodiesel, we can turn that glycerin into two kinds of soap. We can turn that into bar soap, we can turn that into liquid soap, which we hope, we anticipate should save the campus somewhere between $80,000 and $100,000 a year by us making soap. That's glycerin. Okay? That is glycerin right there. That is what I will turn into soap.
Mr. Keaton also gave us tips on what we as students can do to become more energy efficient.
You know, you don't have to be involved in a crazy lab like this to save energy on campus. When you walk into a classroom, open the window blinds in the classroom instead of turning the lights on. If the lights were on, turn them off. Open the window blinds. When you leave that classroom, if you're the last student walking out or you're the first student walking out, when you brush your teeth in the morning or in the afternoon or at night, when you're brushing your teeth, turn the water off when you're brushing your teeth. 140 grams of BioBurger will burn like this and start a fire with normal wood. It'll burn for 2.5 hours. This patty, 2.5 hours at 770 degrees.
Soap and biodiesel are not the only things Mr. Keaton's been working on. Right behind me is the place where Lindsey College will soon begin construction on their very first ever water filtration parking lot.
What Mike and I and a few of the administrators got together and we said, look, if we're going to build a new parking lot, then let's build a parking lot that is better for the environment and better for us as a campus. If we're going to embrace sustainability and sustainable living and sustainable behavior, then we should demonstrate that in all of our construction and all of our investments and all the things we do. In our society, we cannot solve the problems of our society with the same consciousness that created it.
An exciting initiative for campus sustainability and a great way to keep our hands clean and campus healthy. Our next story is all about health and what is potentially hazardous to your health.
Smartphones, could they be killing you? Some recent studies have shown that radiation from smartphones could be cause for concern. While this news is alarming, there have also been major strides toward curing ailing patients through the aid of smartphones. With the increasing number of smartphones in use, especially by students, should we be worried about the possible long-term effects these devices have? Or should we embrace these advancing technologies? Here is what some students have to say.
I would say that's kind of scary, but I hope not because I'm on mine every single day.
Well, I think that it's kind of a false statement because I don't really see any statistics or anything in front of me, or any figures.
It concerns me a little, but I'm probably going to still have one, seeing as how I do most of my schoolwork and everything that needs to be done.
And everybody has smartphones, so why would they continue to make something that's bad for you? I mean, maybe they do, but I don't see any statistics saying that. I don't see anybody with brain cancer walking around.
I feel like it would be a bigger deal if since people use it every day, think it would be a bigger deal. I would need to see I would want some proof or something before I really stopped using my phone. Probably just like everybody else would.
We're in an age right now where people have had their phones since they're 14 years old, and you don't see girls walking around with tumors on the side of their heads right now. So,
is there really that much cause for concern, or is this simply another health industry faux pas? Local radiologist Russell Wallace has this to say about the matter.
I know the Swedish and the Japanese have done some thorough studies on it, and they show, like anything else, prolonged use of anything is not good for you because every electronic device gives out a certain amount of radiation. And several physicians that I've talked to over the years have expressed concern with the overuse of cell phone, but most of them think that the most dangerous thing that's going to come from that is just tendinitis and the carpal tunnel of the texting. Also, not just being aware while you're texting and stuff, and walking out in front of traffic and driving, of course, is always bad. But all the studies so far showed them pretty much inconclusive.
Is there any need to alter the usage of our phones? If so, then they would be no different than what we know already, texting while driving being the biggest concern. The general consensus of the medical community is that if you don't need to have your phone on your person, then don't. In all actuality, smartphones are becoming more of a tool in the medical industry than a hindrance.
And the least dangerous is right now is the radiation concern. There's all kinds of I guess you can say myths out there and stuff. They show all these different types of things, and they are powerful. They are powerful, and the more powerful they are, the more radiation they're going to give off. But it's like anything else. Like if you get on a plane and fly from LA to New York, you're getting enough radiation exposure to equal to one chest x-ray that was done 20 years ago. Just until the studies are all in and done over the next couple of years, we really won't know. It'll be one of those things down the road where they'll say it's like one week you can eat eggs, and the next week you can't eat eggs. Coffee's good for you one month, and coffee's bad for you the next month.
A recent post has shown a new cancer screening tool that directly interacts with a smartphone, which allows diagnosis in otherwise unreachable areas of the globe.
Smartphones in the medical field are, even when they had the first earlier apps and things like that, are awesome because the physician's able to get their reports back quicker. They're able to review the images from their home and stuff. They have the pharmaceutical apps where they can connect to the pharmacist and go ahead and order a patient's pharmaceuticals without having to go through the nurses and everything else. And it keeps track of all that, so there's a record of it. There is some reports you can get on patients, and it just increases patient care.
With studies varying from both ends of the spectrum, only time will tell if smartphones are a burden or an advantage.
That story definitely makes you think twice about how much we use our phones. Alright, coming up next, LWC talks about students and how to get information about our programs. We found out about international students and the AIM program. All about details you will not want to miss. Stay tuned.
Thanks for staying with us, and welcome back to more campus and community stories with the LWC News Magazine. LWC has a lot to be proud of, but nothing makes us prouder than students from other countries wanting to be a part of Lindsey Wilson College. LWC News Magazine talks with some of our very own international students, and here's what they have to say.
Moving away from home is always hard, but it's even harder when home is across the globe. For most incoming college students, living on campus is a whole new experience. But for international students at Lindsey Wilson College, it's the beginning of a whole new lifestyle.
Life should be about learning no matter if it's in the classroom or not.
In addition to learning a new culture, they have to get to know a whole new family. A host family.
I think it's really nice to have a host family in here because you can get out of campus and just meet some new people and have a little bit family life here in the US and get some really nice homemade food.
It's fun to go watch them play basically half the time or get excited about something. They've learned something.
But I usually go home to them and eat dinner, watch a movie, or just play with them, some games on the Wii. And yeah, one time I was there to celebrate Thanksgiving.
And it's kind of rewarding to know that the little things that I really didn't think much of, because I just wanted to get them off campus or I wanted to introduce them to stuff, really meant that much to them.
And I really like my host family and they're really friendly and doing everything for me. And yeah, but it's just, I don't know, it's hard to describe that when you're home. It's just, yeah, to feel, I don't know, those people you love around you and just tell them everything. I mean, I tell my host family a lot, maybe not everything.
Lindsey Wilson College is known for its small town, small college atmosphere, but that story proves LWC's impact globally. Students at LWC also have flexibility in their class time. Our next story is about the AIM program. This program provides students with the ability to take classes at night after work. LWC News Magazine explains.
Usually, college life begins as newly minted high school graduates enter their secondary education as freshmen all over again. And for many of these 17 and 18-year-olds, it is their first time away from home. Over the years, however, non-traditional students have become easier to spot on college campuses across the country. Lindsey Wilson College, however, has been doing it since 1983. The AIM program, which stands for Adults in Motion, allows for people who did not begin college out of high school to earn their degree at night. According to Regina Hogan, director of the AIM and Evening College program, Lindsey Wilson College makes entry into the AIM program as painless as possible.
Ain't that cute? The AIM program is actually targeted toward non-traditional students. We offer courses in the evening, we offer some limited courses online, and we offer those in a little bit of a different format compared to our traditional day courses. AIM courses are offered on primarily an 8-week block format. So each course meets for 8 weeks, then students are done, they get a grade for that course, and then they start a new section of 8-week courses.
According to Hogan, the classes are held in classrooms not unlike this one all over campus. Roxanne Tice graduated from the AIM program in December and now works with students who go to Lindsey Wilson College. According to her, it is an invaluable investment that has potential to change people's lives.
If they've been out of school for a while, and helps them come into classes that are at night that are more convenient, and the night classes are more geared to their lifestyle. The classes can be once a week, and the workload is scheduled out during that length of time. And so for students like myself that had some years off and decided to come back, it's extremely beneficial. It's essential for working.
And with today's job market, joining may not be such a bad idea. This is Nick Schrager reporting from Lindsey Wilson College.
You know, it's great that Lindsey Wilson College can keep a small classroom advantage and offer classes at all times of the day. Well, if you want a place where you can find all of the details about Blue Raider sports, you found it. Coming up next, Lindsey Wilson College LWC News Magazine has a great sports story. Stay with us.
Welcome back. I'm Brittany Bennett.
And I'm Amy Dockery.
LWC News Magazine welcomes you to the Blue Raider Sports segment. Many teams are off to a great start this semester. We now go to a story about one particular athlete on the wrestling team.
When 7 teammates set out to have a bonfire together, nobody knew it would take a turn for the deadly.
Out of the corner of my eye, you see this big flame running through the yard and screaming. Oh, it is the scariest moment of my life.
So I was sitting next to my buddy who was pouring it, and the flame went up, caught the whole can on fire. He freaked out and just like dumped it, like tried to get it away from his hand because he burned his entire hand, and he just threw it, and it just splashed all over me. I got up to run, and it was just all down my back and back of my legs, and luckily, like I started running. I wasn't even like sure I was on fire. I felt something hot on me, but I guess guess like at that moment I was in shock or something. It just didn't register. But luckily my buddies, they tackled me. They put the flames out. We got my clothes off before they like melted to my body, and they called the ambulance and called Coach Ruff.
It'll make me curdle to the day I die when I think about what his teammates and friends witnessed that night. To see their friend and their teammate, you know, basically a human ball of fire. And you know, not that you wish it upon anybody, you know, but I also knew this human being very well, and I knew how tough he was. And I knew if anybody could come back from it, it was Jacob Bradford. And it's not to sugarcoat the story, it's not to glorify the story or make it any more. That's just who he is. It's just a kid, a young man that perseveres through anything. I mean, we were in no hurry to get him back on the wrestling mat. I mean, we weren't. He was. He pushed for that. I mean, he
Wrestling next at 197 for Lindsey Wilson, Junior Jacob Bradford, and wrestling for your Danielsville University Tigers,
it's his ability to focus and to persevere through things that not many people can do in this world. First of all, especially at his age, you know. But you know, he's incredibly smart. You know, he's had 4.0 semesters here a few times, and you know, the trust that I have in him is incredible. You know, you don't get that every day.
What an intriguing story.
And that concludes the March edition of the LWC News Magazine. See you every Monday at 12:30 and 7.
We'll be here covering your community and campus news. Thanks for joining us. I'm Amy Dockery with Brittany Bennett. Have a great Monday.